Training tips with Ruthie. Today I'll show you 3 moves for opening the hips and the hip flexors. They can be done alone or together. And I will continue a short flow for the YouTube. The first one we're going to do is a lizard pose. So we're going to step 1 foot forward, come back onto the back knee. You can place a cushion under the knee here if you have sensitivity in that area. And we're just going to place our hands inside the foot. So the heel of our hand is going to be in line with the heel of our foot here. And we're just going to breathe, and we're going to try and sink down. So let the hips come down towards the floor. I mean, if it's accessible to you, you can walk that foot out a little bit further and come down onto the forearms. I can't quite get there. Or you can use a block. You can pop a block here, come down to the forearms like this. And you're just going to breathe here. So think length through the back of the neck. I'm going to come back up onto my hands here. So you want to think length from here, the crown, to the tailbone. And you're going to try and relax the chest here. So if you slightly pull the fingertips back towards your hips, just slightly, not too much pressure, you'll relax the collarbones here. And you can just hang out. You can even push your arm gently into the calf here. So you're going to breathe for about 8. And then on an inhale, you're going to pick up the back toes. We're going to scissors the hips together. And you're going to press through this back toe here. And you're going to pull it up towards the heel. And then you're going to pull the heel back down towards the toe. And then you'll sink back down. Exhale here. Inhale here. Pull the hips together. And then dropping back down. You can do about 8 reps there. Then we're going to slowly bring our foot in between our hands. We can come up using the knee. So we want to stack this hip under the knee. And you're going to tuck your tailbone underneath. So a little tuck like this is what I mean. I'm going to come back to the front. And then from here, I'm going to reach the same arm up. We're tucking the tailbone under, and you'll feel an opening here into this side. You can place this hand inside the knee, and we're going to do a little side bend. So you're going to open the ribs here to this side, and you'll feel an opening here in the front of the leg. Really push down into the big toe. The knee is going to be a little bit back from the ankle, or you can come a little bit more stacked, and it'll open there a little bit more. So you can just play around with just a slight movement. You can take 8 to 10 breaths there. Then we're going to, on an inhale, come back down here, bring the hands back inside, and we're going to walk this foot over towards this hand, come down into a pigeon. So if you can get your leg parallel, great. If your hips have that available to them. So we'll pick up the back toe, lift the hip, and then sink it down. We want to focus on keeping the hip bones square and not opening out and sinking. So you want to twist so you're square. You can stay here, or if you're feeling good, you can just walk the hands out a little bit further in front. Come down onto the forearms. And then maybe rest your head. You're going to take 8 to 10 breaths here. So the whole time you want to, you'll want to roll over onto this side a little bit more, but try and keep those hips nice and square. Then you can come back up, and you can do the same thing that we did in the lizard. So you're going to lift up, pull that knee, hips together, scissors the hips together, and then release and sink down. So active and then release. Active and then release. Play around with that. So they are the 3 moves that you have. You can play around with just doing 1 or doing the 3 together, and then you'll switch sides. I'm going to make this into a little bit of a flow. So from here, I'm going to tuck my back toe, lift up into a plank, inhale here, exhaling, coming down, inhaling into up dog, flipping the feet, exhaling, pushing back into child's pose. And then we're going to step into the other side. So here we are on the other side, and you're going to notice this hip might feel a little bit more open. It might be tighter on the inside on this side. And you're going to breathe here. And you might have different flexibility on this side. No 2 hips are the same. So I'm a little bit tighter on this side. I might want to block here. You can even just put 1 forearm. And you want to try and relax into the pose here. So you can rest here for about 8 to 10 breaths. Or you can start beginning your inhaling, lifting the back toe, pulling the hips together, exhaling, release, and sink. Inhale up, scissors, exhale down, sink. So here you can see I'm like resting my arm alongside my leg. On an inhale, I'm just going to walk up into this low lunge. I want to stack my hips again over my knee. I'm going to bring my hand inside, reach this arm up overhead, and come into a nice side bend. And you can feel the stretch all the way up the side body here, even up into your tricep. So really push down into the front toes. You can have a bit of glute activation in back leg here. My toe is tucked. So I'm pressing into my back toes here, activating that glute. Coming over to the side, opening up the side body all the way through. Back to the front. We're going to come back into our pigeon on this side. So from here, I'm going to bring my hips forward. Inhaling here. And just trying to sink down. And walk out. Come down to the floor. Take 8 to 10 breaths there. Then whenever you're ready, you can come back up and try the active version. Picking that foot up. We're lifting and then relaxing. Lifting, scissor, relaxing down. And do about 8 to 10 reps there. From here, I'm going to pick up my back toes, step back into plank, come into downward dog, pedal out the feet. I'm going to step my feet forward, outside my hands, sit my hips back down into Malasana, yogi squat. I'm going to actively push into the outside of my foot as well as my big toe. Plant my hands, come into a forward fold, heel toe the forward fold, heel toe the feet together. Just let the head hang out here for a little while, and then slowly come up to stand. Hands together. And hopefully your hips will feel good after that. You can give them a little shake. And there you have it. Some nice hip stretching, active and non-active versions together. please enjoy. Namaste.